Mic check, 1 2 1 2. You might have got me one time, but it won't be two. Welcome in. In collaboration with Chemistry with Kismet Tarot, we are bringing to you the Inner World Journey. On this half of the collaboration, you will inspect something internal that is projecting itself inaccurately into your outer world. By getting down to the level of comprehension to understand something, it means that you know enough about it to do something about it. To either keep it going, to prevent it, or to change the pace of it. This is going to allow you to take control of an aspect within yourself, because all you can control in this life is yourself. Learning this level of mastery will then reflect into your outer world in a more accurate way so that you can interact with it in a way that is healthy for it. I hope that that wasn't too far over anyone's head. I'm just trying to show you the depth of the intention behind this reading. We're digging deep here. So you can expect big forms of release, okay? Be sure that you're drinking plenty of water and carrying to your diet as you see fit. But no long talking, let's go ahead and get into this half of the collaboration, your inner world brought out. And check out, again, Chemistry with Kismet Tarot for the other half of this collaboration. Leave love in the comment section down below, and as you see here, we have 3 groups. We're going to go ahead and dive right in, but be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell to be notified whenever I pull up a new content just like this. Sending you so much love, so much life. If you'd like to donate to the channel, there is a P.O. box as well as a virtual tip jar, all in the description box down below. Always appreciated, never required. And let's go ahead and get started. Here we have group number 1, Dharana. Group number 2, Tejas. Group number 3, Asana. And if I butchered any of those names, please forgive me. All right, but the intention still remains the same. Again, group number 1, Dharana. Group number 2, Tejas. Group number 3, Asana. I will see you at your group. Without further ado, let's hop on to group number 1 that resonates with Dharana. I'm super excited to tap into your inner world to help you encourage, heal, deny, do whatever needs to be done to that inner speck. There's an inner speck. In your energy, I feel like I'm being brought to a situation where I'm looking for something to sparkle in a big heap. I'm looking for a diamond in the rough, like an earring lost on the floor on the carpet. It's that kind of feeling. What is this a reflection of for my group number 1? You seek perfection. Is this the hand motion? Yeah. I believe. You seek perfection, and there's something about this seeking You're being called to romanticize, looking for your diamond in the rough, looking for that needle in a haystack, that glimmer in the sand. You're being called to romanticize this process. Find peace in this process. Enjoy the process of sifting, feeling your way through the things that don't shine as bright. Because there's still things to learn from them. Learn from here. Learn from that experience. Learn from that relationship. Learn from getting those shoes. Learning from not getting that house. Learning from doing everything that you're doing. This is something about pressing your inner authority. Something about pressing your inner authority. I'm getting heavy sacral, heart chakra, and a bit of solar plexus. The energy feels bigger, yet thinner. It's like wispy. Something about wispiness, like the wind. You could be air signs. Okay, Aquarius, there we go. Now we're getting more precise. There's some sort of call to precision. We have Venus with love. Okay, so there's an aspect within you that needs to be more precise in a selection process. Uranus reveals Pisces the mystic. There's something out there in the world to be discovered, and it's up to your standard. It's up to your liking. It's got your stamp of approval, whatever saying needs to go here. But there's so much to sift through looking for that diamond in the rough. There's a process here. Taurus, the bombshell, exactly. The thing worthy, my eyes literally went to worthy immediately. Whether this is the job that is worthy, the relationship that is worthy, even if it's more superficial things like the car that is worthy of the time, effort, and energy that you put into it, you know, like it's tapping into that here. Watermelons could be significant. For whatever reason, maybe you just had watermelon, or you were thinking about it, or something like this, or maybe you're gonna see it, or you've already seen it, like on a piece of paper, or I don't know. I'm getting something about like wallpaper, like watermelon wallpaper, or something like this. But what's going on here in your inner world is that it's recognized that there's something that I'm looking for very specific. I'm looking for that diamond in the rough. I'm looking for that needle in a haystack. And that means that you're going to be surrounded by a lot of fluff, a lot of extra stuff. There's still things to be learned from the extra stuff. You just have to know how much to give to the extra stuff that you know is not necessarily the diamond in the rough, okay? There's this energy here of knowing that you have a desire. You have a standard, and this standard maybe out of this world, or, you know, or just not easy to come by. Again, this can be about anything. This could be a standard within yourself, applying yourself in a specific way in this life, or in your relationships, okay? Like literally this word here, it says illogical. In this Pisces mystic card, something that you desire seems illogical. Quite frankly, that's how your inner world is seeing it, because your external world isn't really reflecting what it is that you're desiring. But that's because what you're desiring is rare. So it will take longer to come across. So there's this need to find love in the process anyway. There's a need to get with yourself and be honest in certain aspects. Where are you being illogical? Or are you being just logical enough? This is where you have to have that inner authority to know, like, no, this is something I'm not negotiating when it comes to my job, when it comes to my career, when it comes to my relationships, when it comes to this, when it comes to that. I'm not going to bend in these places. And you have to be real with yourself if these standards are closer to realistic than not, or not. And then once you determine that, you decide, how bad do you want it? Is it a need or is it just a want? There's this need to negotiate beyond a certain point. You can have your standards, but what is illogical and what is not logical? What is within reason? What is not within reason? You're negotiating some sort of deal internally so that you can get right about what you want externally. This is like, this is what I need. Bottom line, like if you're getting a house, this is what I need that house to have. If you're getting a car, this is what I need this car to have. Bottom line, like if it doesn't have this, I'm just not doing it. And then these are things that I would want. They don't have to be these things. It doesn't have to look like this. It doesn't have to do this. But as long as it does all of these things. So we're reestablishing this right here. These are the needs. Like it has to have 5 bedrooms. It has to be a 2-door. It has to be candy apple red. It has to be lollipop green, you know. But this is about your inner world being like, you see that this isn't working. Something outside of you is not working. Because internally, you haven't set the boundaries. You haven't set the standards. Get to the bottom line first, and then we can build upon everything else. Because if the bottom line is not established, that means that the foundation is wobbly. Which means that you're just letting any old hay come through when you know you're looking for a needle. In all the hay. Okay. Establishing further boundaries, firmer boundaries here. 2 of Cups reversed. If you know that something is not going to work, like right off the rip, if you're already considering, like, if you're already doing this here, ask yourself, does it meet the bottom line? Literally, it's like, does this meet the bottom line? And if it's a no, then it's a straight up no. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't go back to the drawing board, but you need to be realistic about when do we go back to the drawing board. If you are considering rewriting some bottom lines, it needs to go through some sort of sifter or filter here to make sure you're not looking to lower standards for the wrong reasons. This is like a court system internally that is trying to develop for you. More instantaneously is what I'm getting here. Because this is where the line needs to be drawn. This is where the confusion develops. When to take it to the drawing board, when to reconsider some standards. This group could have struggles with making certain decisions, certain choices in life. Yeah. Could have come from, or could be coming from, depends on where you are in your journey, but an aspect where you just went into things with no bottom line, with no consideration for needs versus wants, and kind of like a feel your way through energy. Now, I think that we've done enough of that to know what we don't want, which also helps us to build the needs. This is a moment in time to come to self and say, based on my experiences, what has not worked out for me? And how can I turn those knots into my needs list? Like, let's say that someone you felt was taking advantage of you in the workplace. Like you felt like you weren't being paid your worth. And so now you have, no, you know what? Let's make it even simpler than that. You got tired of customers trying to cancel on you. And so instead of wasting your time, effort, and energy with last minute cancellations and you receiving no compensation for that and you not having the time to establish a new appointment, you then set a fee when it comes to setting the appointment, a non-refundable fee. This is what you have developed from what you've experienced. You didn't like how if a client would cancel at the last minute, then you didn't have time to place another appointment in the spot. So you just lost out on money. You lost out on everything. So now it's just, damn. So you didn't like that. So now you have this new standard to say, now I'm going to take deposits and they will be non-refundable. Then when you get to this point and it's like non-refundable deposits, then you have to consider like the people that'll still come to you and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like with their sob stories to say like, this happened, da, 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 can I get my refund back, my deposit back? And it's like a no, sorry. Or, you know, it's again, that's where you have to draw the line to know, will I reconsider? Will I reestablish? But it's that hard stop right there. This is what we are picking out here to polish here for you. Your bottom line. Page of Swords. This was the feeling your way through energy. You felt your way through enough. Yeah. You felt your way through enough to where you developed from the page to the queen. Now that you're the queen, now you have more of a say-so. We have the monk, nun, selfless devotion, and single-minded dedication to spirit. This is talking about the spirit of yourself. You have to respect yourself enough to come up with this bottom line, this establishment, this whatever this is right here. Get this done, stick to it. Because it'll be helping you to do yourself a favor. These are bottom lines. Even this could be rebudgeting. Okay, this could be rebudgeting how much time you give to someone, how much money you put into something. Rebudgeting if you even want to spend money in this area, or if you even want to spend time in this area. Do you even want to spend energy in this area? This is just reform. It is okay to divorce what the old version of you was okay with and reestablish. With time comes evolution. At least we hope, right? I keep hearing establishing better boundaries. I keep hearing that. Okay, okay. Yep. And look at this, look at this, look at this. The way the cards fell, first of all, they fell all the way over here with the Two of Cups reversed, and you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. This is why you're looking for that needle in a haystack. Like, look at that. Look at that imagery, how infinitesimal she appears. Next to, I believe this is a planet. She's going on a quest. To see what is worthy of her time, effort, energy. Which, again, will cut a lot of things, people, and places out of the deal. Look at this. Karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. Lemuria, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. This is talking about weeding out certain relationships, boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Okay. See, look at that. And the synchronicities are just, they're just amazing, honestly, okay? Because these last two cards just fell on top of the Queen of Swords and the Monk and Nun spirit. And again, I said that it's about like this this justice system internally for you. Like, on behalf of my client, I cannot let you come any further because this does not match the bottom line. And this card says, wait, it's not yet time. Things are being woven, and weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. This is it. This is so many cards, but they just split it up in a way that just makes so much sense. You are tossing out karmic relationships with people, places, things, diets, wages, benefits, locations. You're just divorcing all of the things that aren't working, aren't happening, or saying that they can't go any further than this. You're doing all of that. That's here. And you're taking time to pray about it, to decide if you even want to take it on at all. If it's your burden to carry or not, and half the time it's not. The Queen of Swords is here to take over, to say, it needs to come through me. I know what's good for me. This is like that first mind energy. Like, that first time you're like, you know, your first mind is telling you no, but you're like, but maybe. And every single time you always look back and you're like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have said maybe. So this is a call to be more strict with the standard. Be less willing to bend. For your own peace of mind. And again, if you feel like the process to get to what you want is long and tiresome, lonely, boring, blah, 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 do what you have to do to romanticize the process. There's almost this energy of you breaking out of two force fields, breaking out of two worlds. See, look at that, like breaking through two force fields, two worlds, like these two blue lines. I'm viewing them as like energetic force fields that you're breaking through. There's two it's like two aspects of your life that are very life-changing. How could I see this? Graduating college and then getting the job and making new wages. It's like two big breakthroughs. You know, like two things that are aligned like this, or move out of your parents' house and get that promotion. Like, there's two big things. There could be so many things because everyone's life is just so different. So you got to take the message as it resonates. But I'm trying to give examples to help you see there's like two aspects of life here. This could even be like your own sense of self, like establishing a true sense of self and then getting the job that aligns with that true sense of you. Like, there's two major elements that need to shift, change before what seems illogical can become logical. This is like you breaking out of one branch of life or one area of life or one demographic of life into the next. And that's what you need in order to be more logical about what it is that you desire. It's like, yeah, what you're thinking, what you're desiring doesn't make sense where you are, which is why this is not where we're trying to stay, you know? All right. It was one card that fell on the floor, so I feel like that fell with intent, with purpose. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. You're rising above from here to here. She literally has the same stance. They both have the same stance. There's a new way of existing, a lighter, freer way of existing because of this boundary that's being set, because of the bottom line that is being established here. Maybe you feel like you really want a pet. Okay, this is just us going through it. Okay, let's go through the motions. Let's say that you really want a pet, but you know from your experience that having a pet really, for whatever reason, made you emotionally unstable and made you broke. Okay, so you're like, all right, you know what, I'm going to hold off on a pet until I graduate from college and then get the job. Okay, or until I get the certification and then get the job. Okay, I'm just lining it up with money because it seems to be the easiest thing here. You want to maintain your mental health establishment here to get through graduation, okay, before you add anything else to your plate, because you've got this under control now. But if you were to throw a dog in the mix, you would just mentally go to shiz. So you're like, okay, no, we're gonna wait. And then once you wait for that, you're also waiting to keep your money up. You're saving up because you know that dog last time made you broke. All right. So now once you establish, okay, I've graduated, so now I can take on a little bit more. And now I have my money right, so I can take on a little bit more. Then you're like, okay, now it's not so illogical for me to desire to have a pet because I got through A, B to get to C. Okay, I hope I am breaking this down in a way that helps you understand. Bottom of the deck, jump in. Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. And this is what you're also establishing too, is that, oh, that's so beautiful. It's like she's literally, they still had the same stance. It's like she was getting ready to dive into it. And I said she was getting ready to like go on a quest. She's diving into the quest now. The quest matches her vision. That's so beautiful. You see how that looks like a little eyeball that she's diving into? It's like the quest matches the vision. Like things are aligning now, so you can jump in and say yes. This is what happens when you set a bottom line. Things are aligned, so then you can know when to jump in or when to just let it pass. So now we're going to read your opening card, Dharana, I do believe. And I actually just saw her, which means that we ran into her quite easily. But did I lose her? Where? Oh, nope, she's right there. I passed by her twice and almost didn't recognize her. That's what's going on here. It's like you are establishing like something that is just like, oh my gosh. Like people are going to be looking at you like, oh my gosh. Like stunned, astonished, like, oh my gosh, something's really going to make you unrecognizable. Y'all, what is this? What do you need to stick to? Because it's going to work out for you. You will be unrecognizable. Like, I am shocked, y'all. Like, I don't know what this is, but once you create these bottom lines and stick to them, you will be someone that they've never met before, even though they met you before. You will be new. This is like a baptism. How she go from being naked. Like she went from having on these long ass clothes and then she got naked. And she dove in. She was ready and free. Okay? Dharana. 8 stages of yoga, single focused concentration. Just that title alone makes me think of her in the jump in card when things aligned because it matched the bottom line. It matched all the needs. Now we're going to give it some time to see if it has some of the wants or some other things that we didn't even know that we wanted because it matches the needs. Let's get to it. This is page 73. It is time to focus your mind on one goal to undergo the transformation that comes from concentration. The birthing process of an idea takes deep commitment to usher it to life. Through single-focused commitment, you will be able to deepen your understanding of your goal and, from its core, bring it to fruition. This is your time to say no to everything that is not related to your Dharma. Practice dharana and focus on what it is that you came to this earth to do. They just summed up everything I just said in 27 minutes, in 2, in 1 paragraph. Focus. Focus. Like, you are so close. Focus. You can get that job, you can get that dog, you can get that relationship, whatever. But first you need to focus on this. Beautiful. Sending you so much love, so much life. Leave love in the comment section down below. If you selected this group, leave a orange heart emoji, please. Orange heart emoji for sacral chakra energy. Focus. This Queen of, I almost called her the Queen of Hearts. Holy-ish. But that's the Queen of Swords. But she's formulating a heart. I see her sword doing this. Heart. It's like she has a fortress around her heart. Guard your heart, for all that you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23, I do believe. Sending you so much love, so much life. Be sure to head on over to the collaboration portion with Chemistry with Kismet Tarot. Leave love in her comment section. Let her know that you're a TAYlien. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Group number 2 that resonates with Tejas. There is a practice that you want to explore. This could be a religious practice, a spiritual practice, yoga, some form of breathing exercise, Buddhism itself, or it's just breathing from the gut. I feel as though my solar plexus is being blown up like a balloon right now. Belly breathing. And now I feel like it's expanding to my spine. I feel like it's almost as if all of my bones were like folding in. Like they were still functioning, but they were kind of touching more than they should be. And now that there's some sort of air being inflated, now everything is right in its rightful place. Your inner world could be asking you to get more out in the world. Your inner feelings, your inner world wants to be expressed more physically in the outer world. Venus, love. This could be more femininity. This could be more sensuality. This could be just more acts of kindness, love, platonic and or romantic. This is a desire to heighten attraction, but through breathing. It's like you want to practice some sort of breathing method to attract. Like every time you practice a breath, it's interesting. Every exhale, you attract something gets closer with every exhale. Moon, feelings, semi-sextile, allowing yourself to feel, allowing yourself to embrace femininity. To grow more like a plant. Interesting. Growing like a plant under moonlight. I don't know. Let me know. Is there a specific plant that grows in moonlight? Oh, for some of you, that is Kundalini energy for some of you. For some of you, this is about sensuality, whether this is with another or with yourself. But it's not, I don't know why I want to say it's not dirty. Like, it's not something to cringe away from. Maybe this is what the desire is to work on something that you cringe about, femininity. I think it has a lot to do with, it's like relaxing into expansion. Again, because I said every time you exhale, something gets closer. The High Priestess. It's like your desires are to float. It's like your spirit wants to feel like it's floating all the time. And I'm not talking about a high, like it's a natural high. Yes. Is this like a certain state of knowing, or like a sense of nirvana, or ecstasy? Two of Wands. Something about these stems keeps standing out to me. And there's two stems. This is like soul expanding love. Soul expanding sensuality. See that Knight of Swords? It's very like a cold breeze, a cold wind that you want to like float on. The Six of Pentacles. The Three of Cups. Okay, so for some of you, this could literally have something to do with like a sensation of flying or falling, gliding, but at peace. Okay, this is what brings me to the wind, the air, the solar plexus. And I was talking about a balloon being blown up. It's like, this could be about your lungs as well. Your body wants to feel a certain sensation, a certain lightness. I really feel like this is why I keep being brought to like a natural high. And I know that certain spiritual practices, I'm not sure, is it Buddhism or Muslim, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but certain practices like those have breathing exercises that help you get closer to this state, to this feeling. And so you are being called to practice your internal spiritual path externally. To expand. I'm literally being brought to like this concept of balloons being blown up, like expanding, breath work. mystic. Revels in intimate union with the divine. Yep. This is a sensation of feeling closer. Yep. Monk, nun, selfless devotion, and single-minded dedication to spirit. But that was at the bottom of the deck. I mean, that was in the last reading. So let me reset. Child divine. Innocence, purity, and redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. Even when I shift the bottom energy, it still maintains the same energy. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? This could be something that you feel you could be judged for, or maybe it's just not normal. Air sports could be good for you. I don't know. Is that a thing? Like, they have water sports, so I just said air sports. Like, I don't know, like wind sailing. I don't fucking know. Things that people do with wind that help you to get more involved, help you feel more. Share your voice. And the voice is even about wind as well. Come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Yeah, like that expansion. You're feeling cooped up in a sense. Literally, mentally, emotionally, physically. It's time to go, like, break outside of some bounds. Do some shit you've never done before. Do what's not normal for people like you to do. I don't know. There's just this desire, this need for expansion. Something that physically makes you feel like you're breathing for the first time. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. You're being watched over or catered to by several generations to help lead you to this path. This could be what this path will help you expand into, is more of this feeling. Your spirit, your inner world really wants to dive into mysticism. This is giving me energy of like shamans, to feel more entranced, to feel more, period. You want to, your body is genuinely intrigued by feeling natural highs that others have claimed to experience. So, enjoy the quest, enjoy the journey to discover whatever this is. Now let's go ahead and read your card, and we are going to be done. Oh, I just passed her. Oh, she popped up easily. Subtle essence of intelligence and courage, radiant and glowing. Your intellect and courage glistens in your eyes. You have a radiant glow to you that reflects your passion within. You are on this planet for a reason and are deeply committed to your higher purpose. You carry a spark of energy that uplifts those around you and are a natural-born leader. As a warrior of love, you are committed to raising the vibration of this planet, even if it sparks controversy. By being your highest self and committing to your truth, you encourage others to do the same. Continue sharing your spark with others who have lost theirs. You feel like you've expanded. You feel like you've done enough, but you're like, I know I could do more. So you're being called to explore how you can satisfy your soul to feel like it's done more. Service. This would be a great time to look into your chart to see your Virgo placements, because it'll help you to kind of hone in on what it is that you want to focus on giving more to. Be sure to check out the other half of this collaboration with Chemistry with Kismet Tarot. link down below. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, as well as the bell to be notified whenever I pull up with new content just like this. Leave love in the comment section down below to let me know how this resonated as a reflection of your inner world, externally. And until next time, take care, be well. Bye. Group number 3 that resonates with Asana. I can already tell your reading is not going to be very long, okay? Unless we happen to like tap into a really jumping subject, because your inner world is literally just trying to get you to understand that you want to learn more. You are a student of life for life. All you want to do is learn. All you want to do is explore. This can come from a lot of different things, but reading books is your first step. Jupiter expansion. Ascendant outlook. Seventh house relating. Sagittarius Voyager. So you could be Sagittarius rising, Libra rising. You don't have to be. You could have heavy water Mercury placements. So Mercury in Scorpio, Cancer. I'm also hearing Virgo, Libra, as well as Pisces. Let me sit with this one for a moment. I'm hearing, I want to go where the wild things are. Oh, bitch, you're going to write your own book. So you're meant to explore all of these things because you're going to write your own books, or you're going to express your own stories through directing, through movies, through short films, through short poems, on whatever scale. This is how your inner world wants to be reflected. Simple as that. You're meant to explore things like this to help you inspire yourself like this. You may find yourself drawn to romance novels a lot. You may find yourself stuck in a certain realm or topic, and it's hard for you to switch it up. Don't judge yourself. There's a more evolved version of the same exact thing that you are desiring. Like, let's say that you were always into a certain type of book growing up. There's like a more evolved version of that still available to you if you don't want to read like what you feel like is stuck in the past. Yeah, there's an equivalent. Justice. There's an equivalent. Even if it's not the exact same topic, there's something just as engrossing, is that the word? Like enthralling to you. There's something, if it's not the same exact thing, there's something that gets you just like that thing did. But you have to explore to find it. It's like you're fearing the path of exploration because you're afraid you'll never find it, but you'll never know if you don't try. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? But you have a higher chance of being successful if you do. So there's where that's coming in. There's just something in your life that you feel like you were forced to like outgrow or something like this, or it's not popular to something. You just, yeah, releasing negative thought patterns about something that you once thought. Freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, literally. Like, if you still want to read the same books that you read way back when, fine, who cares? Go ahead. Or if you want to find something equivalent to it or whatever it is. Child orphan. Independence based on learning to go at it alone, conquering fear of surviving. It's like you already feel so distant, so far from the rest of the world, and it's like you already know how you want to go explore, but you're afraid that that will set you even further apart. But like your soul said, you want to go where the wild things are. Like, these are the type of people I feel like y'all would like explore mountains, jungles, riversides that have never been explored before with like no fear written on your heart. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Yeah, like you would do stuff like that to come back and talk about it, to tell stories about it, to exist in that. This could even be like exploring cultures or religions of the world, or relationship analytics that you experience throughout your lifetime. Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. And this has to do with a little sprinkle of magic. What I mean by that is like, I want to go where the wild things are to prove that even in my far left, or my mysticism, or in my mystery, or in my weirdness, I'm still divine, I'm still protected, I'm still light. There's something about wanting to normalize or highlight or embrace a certain aspect of yourself, to show that just because I'm doing this or willing to do that, or I don't believe this or I do believe that, I still have this light. Again, that sprinkle of magic. Or like, this is like a sprinkle of a fairy tale, or things that just like, oh, that could never happen. It's like you're trying to remove yourself from fairy tales too much, to where it's like you're not even allowing yourself to dream about life. Because maybe that was childish. Like, it's like this child orphan energy that we saw at the bottom of the deck. It's like you had to grow out of that, but there's a way that you can evolve it, as opposed to trying to just abandon it completely. You can help it evolve to make it work for your current status, if you will. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? That's it. And if you knew you would be supported, you wouldn't give a darn tootin' about who doesn't like what you're doing, or what. This is like, this is even that energy of like, oh, you're too old to be wearing that, or you're too old to be reading that, or you're too old to be doing this, or, you know, like, it's giving that kind of energy. Or you should be settled down and married by now, or you should have this by now, you should, it's like, or you could just do what you want right now. All right, let's go ahead and read your final card, Asana. Let's see. Okay, so out of all the groups, your pages want to hide. They're harder to get to, okay? But not too hard. Not too hard. See, we talked about you exploring something, maybe being disappointed a few times, but then you find that sweet spot. I saw a post about it the other day. You read 100 books and only one changes your life. You meet 1,000 people, but only one changes your life. It's like taking that chance. Asana. 8 stages of yoga. Physical practice to sit in stillness. Your physical body holds the key to your evolvement, but it's just the first portal. The asana, yogic body postures you have. The asana, yogic body postures. You have been practicing, have been preparing. What? Okay, let's do this again. The asana, yogic body postures you have been practicing, have been preparing you for true asana. To sit in stillness with the truth. You see how I stumbled over that line? I feel like that's what this truth is going to do. It's like you have to go back and read it a few times before it makes sense. These shapes and movements have removed the cobwebs of your limiting self, creating space for the silence of your mind's forest. Didn't I say you would go out there and explore? You know what? Too accurate. You are one of those who realizes the true intention of asana and the one paving the way for others to see this bodily practice is really just a way to come face to face with yourself. Continue to cultivate your practice and move deeper into its core purpose. Flow of energy in the body for evolution of the spirit. It's going through those humps, like we struggled to get through that line. Like you may struggle through certain aspects where you're just like, that was a waste of time. But it wasn't, because you established what you didn't want, what you didn't need, what didn't work. You established this in stillness. Some things may not make any sense to you whatsoever when you reflect in that stillness. But that's okay. It's all part of the process. The flow of the energy in the body is what evolves the spirit. So you had to go through something to grow through it. This is also a call to appreciate motion. And to know when to devote time to stillness. This is all that I have for you. Be sure to check out the other half of this reading, of this collaboration with Chemistry with Kismet Tarot. All of that information linked down below. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Leave love in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.